Forest and wildlife resources. So there are basically only three main parts in this chapter. First, flora and fauna in India. Second, conservation of forest and wildlife resources. There are two parts in this one. First, government in conservation. Second, community in conservation. And the third part is types and distributions of forest and wildlife resources. So let's move forward to flora and fauna in India. India is a country which is blessed by extreme biodiversity of flora and fauna. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is immensely rich in wildlife and cultivated species, diverse in form and function but closely integrated in a system through multiple network of interdependencies. So what happens is that flora and fauna is immensely rich in India, and they are so integrated in our daily life that we take these things for granted. But lately they are in under great stress due to our insensitivity, so we need to conserve biodiversity. And let's move on to conservation of forest and wildlife resources. The first part is conservation by government. So conservation conserves the ecological diversity and life support systems. In 1960-70s, the conservationists demanded a National Wildlife Protection Act. Here are some steps taken by government after that. First, government introduced Wildlife Protection Act in 1972, which banned hunting and wildlife trade in India. The objective was to save endangered species. Government also created wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. Government also started specific projects for conserving specific species like Project Tiger, crocodile, some specific species of deers, etc., and even elephant for that matter. So this started as a conservation program for specific big animal species, but now they are focusing on biodiversity in general. Even insects are getting a place in conservation list. So between 1980 to 1986, butterflies, beetles, insect, dragonfly were also added to the list of endangered species, and their conservation was also started. In 1991, plants were also firstly added to the list of conservation. Now let's move towards Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched on 1 April 1973 due to various reasons, which are mainly poaching and trade etc. Tiger population was declining, hence Project Tiger was launched. It had equal importance of preserving big biotypes in sizable matters as protection of tigers. So this project took tiger at its epicenter and tried to conserve whole ecological diversity based on that, and it also started in many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Now let's move to the second part of this topic, which is conservation by community. There are many examples, we are going to discuss some of them. First is Sariska Tiger Reserve. In Sariska Tiger Reserve, protection is ensured by the villagers living around it. The second is Bhairodev Dhakav Sanctuary. It was created by people of 5 villages declaring 1200 hectares of land a wildlife sanctuary. Third is famous Chipko movement. In this, people protected wildlife in Himalayas by attaching them to the trees when they were being cut. Fourth is Beej Bachao Andolan. This protected traditional seeds with Navdanya, which is an NGO which specifies in this field. And the fifth one is JFM. JFM are launched by various state government, but firstly it was done by Odisha. In JFM, village people or community people are assigned responsibilities of conservation, and they are given incentives based on that. And then there is a small topic of sacred groves. In this, people start to worship nature, which results in people protecting them. This has been a widespread cultural tactic in India to conservation in even in ancient times. Now let's move to the last part of the chapter, which is types and distribution of forest and wildlife resources. First is reserved forest. These forests are most protected and there is no entry permitted in these forests. Second is protected forest. Protected forests are depleted forests which are in need of protection, so they are given the protection. Third is unclotched forest. These are forests in which government has no control over, they are controlled by people living around them. Reserved forest and protected forest are also known as permanent forest. Madhya Pradesh has largest area of permanent forest, which has 75% of its forest classified in permanent forest. Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Tamil Nadu have most of their forests in reserved forest, Odisha, Bihar, and Haryana have most of their forest in protected forest. Most of the northeastern states have most of their forest in unclassed forest because of the tribes that live there. So this was the second chapter of geography class 10th. Thank you. That's all.